Welcome to the HU Movemakers podcast, where we highlight folks that are blazing the trail and making moves in Howard culture. Today we got a man that needs no introduction. Hawaii 5-0, Stars, MacGyver, Crisis, When Love Kills, the Bobby Brown story, four-time NAACP award winner, House of Pain, Temptation, Steel Magnolias. This man done work with Queen Latifah, Alfre Woodard, Felicia Rashad, other greats. Also, he's doing this thing with the I Turn My Camera series on. I Turn My Camera On series, which you can check out in Essence. But a man, like I said, who needs no introductions. Ladies and gentlemen, Lance Gross, Howard alumni, theater arts. What up, Lance?
What up? What up? How you doing, man?
I'm great, bro. Great. Thanks again, man, for coming on. I really appreciate it. You know, everybody's on lockdown. So, you know, I'm like, yo, I gotta talk to Lance. You're a guy that's highly sought after, you know, very accomplished. So I just want to, you know, get right to it, man. How did you get to where you are today?
Man, a lot of hard work. And thank you for that introduction, man. That was great. Just a lot of hard work, man. It's like when you have a dream, it's like you stop at nothing to get to it and accomplish it. And, you know, for me, I always knew I wanted to act, but I was a shy kid, you know what I'm saying? So I had to kind of really break out of that shell and, you know, just go after my dreams. And I think that really happened when I got to Howard. You know, I took an intro to acting class and with Professor Bay. That was my professor. And, man, she was just so good. The class was just so good. It kind of just made me question myself, like, what am I waiting for? Why won't I just go at this full speed ahead, you know? And so after fast forward to completing college and going to LA and just grinding in acting classes, I was in an acting class taught by Tasha Smith. It was an Ivana Chubbuck studio, but taught by Tasha Smith. And she invited Tyler Perry to come watch the class one day.
Oh, really? That's dope.
Really, and it's crazy because I wasn't even supposed to perform that day, but one of the guys that was supposed to perform, he got cold feet because it was Tyler Perry and Tyra Banks that came. So
hey, bro, you know what they say? If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Exactly. Stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So I put up my scene, man, and Tyler loved it. And that's how I really got House of Pain.
Dang, that's crazy. Because you know what, man? I you know, I'm a year ahead of you at Howard. So I remember, you know, Howard, when I graduated, that was a tough adjustment. But I just remember being like at my mom's crib on the couch. And I was like, yo, is that Lance on TV? Like, I remember seeing you like in a Mary J. Blige video. And then
I was about to say, it got to be a video.
It was a video. I was like, yo, that is Lance. So now I'm bigging myself up off the fact that you want to. I'm like, yeah, that's my man. You know, he was in the video. And then next thing I'm hearing, I'm like, so you know how people talk about Howard people, and they're like, yo, he's taking classes. Like Lance is really taking this serious, man. So what made you, you know, invest in yourself like that?
I mean, it started with believing in myself, man. Like, and a lot of the fuel that I had was people telling me that, you know, I couldn't do it. You know, like, you too shy to be an actor. What you mean you about to be an actor? So, you know, I just used that and I believed in myself, and I knew that with hard work, you know, I could do it, you know, and I just stuck to my guns, man, and, you know, let those no's be the fuel that I needed to succeed, bro.
Wow, that's amazing. So what would you like consider, you know, I guess, like, was that your big break, you know, when Tyler Perry came through?
Yeah. Cause I mean, before that I was doing music videos and commercials, you know what I mean? But Tyler was the first person that offered me a series regular job. And it's crazy because when he presented it to me, I thought I was only going to Atlanta for 10 episodes, but still that 10 episodes, that was the biggest, thing that was the biggest thing I had ever done. So when I got to Atlanta and I saw the full scope of the project, I was just like, oh man, like this is serious. I mean, I thought it was going to be 10 episodes, and to this day we've done over 230 episodes. So,
wow. So I mean, a typical season, like for folks that don't know, like what's it like in terms of episodes? What's like a typical season for a sitcom? How many episodes?
So that's crazy because Tyler Perry is just a different breed of folks. Like he doesn't fit the Hollywood mold. Our first pickup for House of Pain, he did a 10-episode pilot, and then his first pickup was 100 episodes. And that was history making. He was the first to do it. And I mean, you know, on regular network TV, you might do 16 to 23 episodes in a season. But with Tyler, we did 100 episodes in 9 months, bro.
So what was that like? You go from, you know, you're doing videos, which in and of itself is already tough to get booked for that, you know, because everybody's going to LA to get put on.
Yeah.
You get that break, and now you're going from, okay, looking for work. Now you got like, you making a real career out of this. Like, what is that feeling like?
Bro, it was unreal. I mean, I was stressed. I had a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, you can take classes all your life, you know what I mean? But when you get on set, it's something that the classes just don't teach. It's like the technical stuff, you know, so that I wasn't used to. So I had to adapt to that. But I mean, all in all, man, it was a dream come true, bro. It was just, I don't know. Like I still pinch myself to this day, and I've been working for over 10 years and more than that. But, you know, every day is just like, man, I'm really waking up and doing the things that I love. You know what I'm saying? So it's still unreal to me. I'll never get used to it. And being an actor, it's new every day. Like we're playing roles that we never thought we would play. You know, we're doctors, lawyers, firemen, athletes, whatever. You know, so it's crazy, man. It's like the dream of a kid. Like I could play an astronaut tomorrow.
So okay, so you working with Tyler, and you said you did over 200 episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, so what was that time period like between you came out in what year? Was it 04, 05?
So I came out of Howard in 04.
Okay, so you
started working with Tyler in 2007.
So was it a 3-year period where you was just grinding, trying to
I was grinding.
So what was the goal at that? Was it just like, yo, I'm gonna take whatever work come my way? Or was it like I'm waiting on something special? Like, what was your mindset?
No, I mean, you know, I was still picking and choosing the stuff that I want to do, because as an actor, you always have the power to no. You know what I mean? They tell us no in the auditions. We can tell them no if it's roles that just we don't see fit for ourselves, you know? And for me, I wanted to, you know, be somebody that the kids can look up to. You know, I had Denzel and Will Smith, and I just wanted to take the roles that were in line with the path I was on. You know what I mean? So, there was commercials I said no to. There was music videos I said no to. If I didn't respect the artist, then nah. You know what I'm saying?
So during this time period, you know, I want to talk to you because you've always had a good brand, even in college, man. I remember when you got to college, like it was like women had never seen a man before. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like you was destined, and it was and what was crazy was like all the dudes conceded, like, okay, he like, cause you was like cool. It was like nobody could really hate. So like, how do you manage to stay grounded, you know, in that success? Because even at homecoming, man, I see you with the same cats who you was on the track team with. I see you with the same dude. I see you dapping up people. What up? You know what I'm saying? I don't see you saying no to nobody. Like, what did you learn at Howard to kind of help you, you know, have that mindset, you know, once you graduated and went on to have some of the success that you have now?
I mean, it started before college, man. That came from my family, man. They're quick to keep me grounded, you know what I mean? So I had that strong base. And then, I mean, it's just in my character, man. Like I'm just a laid back dude from Oakland, California, bro. Like I don't need much. And, you know, I don't let things get to my head, because I understand that, you know, there's a higher power, and he can take it all away from you if you ain't, you know, if you don't appreciate the things that he's giving you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna always be the same dude, bro. Like I go to homecoming and I just want to kick it with my friends. You know what I mean? Like the new classmen, you know, they know me from TV, but y'all know me as just a student from Howard University. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I want to keep it. And you know, you nothing without your family and your friends. So, you know, I got to keep that tight.
Dope, man. So like, is this something that you were like, when you got to the Tyler Perry thing, obviously, your life changes because that's a syndicated show.
Mm.
People are seeing you, so people are, maybe even trying to come at you, asking for things, even family. You know,
Yeah.
tell me the process of like building a team. Like how you did that, because I know to be at your level, you have to
Mm.
be conscious of those things. Like, you want to be grounded, but you got to say no. But sometimes you might have to have a buffer. You got to be conscious of your brand.
Yeah.
Is building a team something that you're conscious about? And
Mm.
if so, like, tell me what goes into that.
I mean, of course, you have to have a team that when you're not around, they represent you. You know what I mean? So it has to be somebody that you can click with. For me, I was kind of lucky, man, because I got House of Pain without an agent. I got it without a manager, but of course, once I got the job and had to do the contract stuff and needed a lawyer and all that stuff, I felt like, okay, now it's getting serious. Now I need my team. So I was introduced to Charles King, who's also Howard alumni.
Oh, wow.
Um,
That's dope.
and man, we hit it off. And I feel like just having that base at Howard University,
Yeah.
that just put me I thought I had a foot in the door. I was all the way in the door once
Wow.
he found out that. So Charles King became my agent along with Phil's son. And then I just kind of just pieced the team together. I mean, I wanted to be around people and have people that represented me, that I could shoot the breeze with, go out on Saturdays, when they're not working, just somebody that I could vibe with, you know what I mean? So then I got my manager, Kenny Goodman, and then Vincent Martinez, I
Yeah.
mean, we met at his homecoming. He went to Clark, Atlanta.
Yeah, I know, V.
So, I mean, we had been friends for a while, and I brought him on the team too. So, yeah, team's important, bro.
Absolutely, man. So, with that said, glad to hear that, because a lot of people, I was watching an interview, and it was with Jimmy Iovine, and he was just
Uh-huh.
saying how, it's a lot of talented people, but a lot of people don't succeed because they don't know how to build a team or surround
Right,
themselves, with the right people.
right.
Which kind of leads into my next question. Tyler Perry, he's kind of known for like a specific like type of movie.
Mhm.
And I noticed that in your career, you've been able to play like some serious, like, like, first of all, I didn't even know you was funny. First of all, you know what I'm saying? So that's a
I didn't
whole,
know I was funny.
so, you know what I'm saying? So, but you've been able to, a lot of actors, especially black men. I remember Isaiah Washington, who went to Howard. I remember he
Mhm.
came back and talked, and he was like, man, if you black and you're an actor, you're gonna play a thug or a gangster. Like, just accept it. And I've
Right.
noticed with you, man, you've been able to play some legitimate roles, man, whether it was a Secret Service in Crisis, or
Yeah.
even the joint with Brandy, where you was, the hardworking dude coming home,
Yeah.
just doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Like, why do you think you've been able to kind of avoid being typecast?
Um, you know what? It's crazy because for a long time I just couldn't get the more gritty roles. You know what I mean? Like, a casting director said once, like, you're very all American.
Mm-hmm.
And what that meant is I was going in casting rooms and I would come in with the smile and just the all American guy. So that's what I got cast for, and it actually took work to be the villain. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, I had to work my way up to that, but I was comfortable in the beginning of my career playing that nice guy, whatever you call all American
Right,
guy.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I was comfortable with that because that represented me. That's who I am. I'm a good guy. Like, I just don't like the drama. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Um, but yeah, so yeah, I kind of worked my way up to the villain.
Mm. So you doing, you working with Tyler Perry, man, and you get that nomination for, NAACP award. I know
Yeah.
that first one had to be special. Like, and it's crazy. Like, I mean, when you were not, like, I know you say you pinch yourself. I know,
Yeah.
when you probably look at the projects you did, you probably like, damn, I did that. But like
Yeah.
when you got that first one, Like what? Like when you got the nomination and then you actually got the award, like what was that like?
Man, it was surreal, man. Like I first off, I didn't even think I should be there. You know what I'm saying? Like it was early on in my career where I think we got nominated for the first season of House of Pain. So it was kind of still just sinking in that I was even on the show. You know what I mean? So getting the nomination was just crazy. I was like, oh wow, I'm up against some great people. The nomination was enough for me because I definitely didn't think I was gonna win it. And when I won it, it was just like, man, like I think the first person that called was my mom, and my mom is like the biggest Tyler Perry fan. Like
Really?
I didn't even, yes, bro, I didn't even know much about Tyler Perry. All I knew about Tyler Perry was that when I went to my family reunions, my family, it was a group of my family that would sneak off and go watch his stage plays. So that's really all I knew. So my mom really schooled me on Tyler Perry. So I got the call from her, and she just told me how proud she was of me, and especially that I was working for someone that she had a great deal of respect for. And you know, I mean, to this day, it's still surreal. I already said, I pinch myself all the time, man. So
Yeah, 4 awards, man. Like you're working with them, you know, like what does that feel like?
I mean, for me, it makes me think I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like a pat on the back, but then it's also me taking that opportunity to be a sponge. You know what I'm saying? Like as an actor, you never stop learning. As a person, you never should stop learning. You know what I'm saying? So that's an opportunity to watch these greats and just soak it up, man, and just take what works for you and just pick their brains. You know what I mean? So I'm in rooms with some great talent, man, and it's an honor. It's something that I appreciate, and you know that's the business, man. Like and even with you saying that, man, it's like for me, like you may say you list all these projects off, but for me, I'm still on the first couple of steps. You know what I mean? I got so much further to go. You know what I mean? So I'm just getting started in my mind. So you know, it's my opportunity to learn from them.
Who are some people that, you know, when you think about like you know, you can't believe you work with, like who are some names that stick out to you?
Oh man, Angela Bassett. God, man, it's so many. Tyler Perry himself. Uh, Nicole Bahari, who I respect a great deal. She's an amazing talent. I mean, of course, Keisha Knight Pulliam, I grew up watching her.
Right,
So that's unreal. I mean, it's so many to list off, bro.
Just that have a lot of depth to them. So with all this success, you know, I know that it hasn't been, you know, this easy. And a lot of times I talk to my guys, and even, you know, it's like, you know, you get to a point, you like, man, if I pray that if I just get this level, man, I'm straight. And then you get there, and then the stress comes in to like maintain that. You know what I'm saying? Well, what are some of the things that you do to kind of, you know, because we all probably get anxiety, you know, when you get a certain level of success. What are some things you do to maintain balance? You know, so of course.
You know, I'm still figuring it out, bro. One thing that definitely works for me and always holds true is my faith in God. You know, I stay prayed up. But to be honest with you, every single role that I approach, like right before I start filming, if I get a script, I get nervous, and I have bad anxiety. Like I feel like part of it is just being a shy kid, and that just spills over into my adult life. But I'm always nervous about it. Like for instance, my most recent project, Hawaii 5-0. I came on as a character named Lincoln Cole. I was supposed to become a regular, but there was a lot of weight on my shoulders because I mean, it was a huge role. It was probably my highest paid role. I'll just say it was the biggest role. Like next season would have been the biggest season. And they wanted to bring me in for the last 2 episodes of the season. And, you know, it was just so much pressure on me because I had to perform. I had to do good. I wanted them to like me.
Is
And
it is it
man,
is it pressure? Does the pressure like before they say action, or is it like after, like when you on, like when do you feel the pressure? Is it like leading up, and then
when when I find out I got the job,
that's when you feel
so
the pressure?
yeah, yeah,
Damn.
because then it's go time. You know what I mean? And luckily, I'm great with pressure. I love pressure. You know what I mean? But it sometimes it gets overwhelming. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
sometimes you got to call a friend. You got to talk to your wife or guy, whoever you want to talk to.
Yeah.
But for me, that's just what it is. I mean, I stay prayed up. I have conversations with people who are more knowledgeable than me in the profession that the character is playing. Like this guy, he was an ex. Uh, he was ex Army, Navy,
Right.
ex Navy. Yeah, so ex Navy SEAL. So I had conversations with SEALs, and it's kind of like the research of it. You got to do all the research. It's like you got to study for a test, and
So
when
when
you
you're
study, you show up prepared.
so when you're on set like that and you're playing like a real character,
Mhm.
is there like beyond just like an acting coach or something, or a director, is there somebody who really lived that life saying like, hey, you might want to do this, or this is how you need to be in this particular role?
Oh yeah, sometimes the production I'll have like a tech on the
Okay.
set who's knowledgeable of the career field. But sometimes it's like as an actor, you got to do that stuff. Like you got to track down people. You got to prepare for yourself. You know what I mean? So it just depends on the production. But for the most part, as an actor, you should be prepared to do all that stuff. That's part of the research. We call it detective work. So you got to do the work.
Dope, man. So I like one of the things you just touched on. You was like, the Hawaii 5-0 joint, big project, obviously on network TV, big money coming with it, but as an actor, like you alluded to earlier, a lot of things aren't promised when you in the acting world. You could be hot right now and you might not get another crazy gig for a few years. Like, but when you do get those, I guess you want to say like big paydays, you
Mhm.
know, do you have, like, as an actor, are you conscious about like financial literacy? Is that something that you're thinking about, in your purview, or are you, like, what is that like? Because I have a few friends. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be talking to Mario. I don't know if you know Mario Lovin, but he produced Kendrick's album, and we had
Okay.
a long conversation about that, and he was just like, man, you know, it's cats out here to produce and act forever, so you got to always be thinking about what the next move is. So, and we hear so many stories about actors that are like Kevin Hart came out and was like, his face was popular. Even Will Smith was like, his face was popular, but he wasn't making bread. Like, what are some of the things you do to make sure that, financially you're going to be good later on?
I mean, you got to have great people on your team that lead you in the right directions. For me, when I got a family, that kind of made me really buckle down. I mean, I did before, but that just made the grind so much stronger. Just having money set aside and savings and just a plan. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Because I spent so many years, like when I was doing House of Pain, I was a kid. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? When I first started, and I would take my whole per diem check and some and go to Magic City. And that was just how I did on the weekends, you know what I mean? Blowing a lot of money. And but I needed those situations to kind of ground me. I remember Tyler Perry kind of embarrassed me one day. He was like, I guess I was late to set, just dragging along, and he got this microphone, everybody on set. He was like, yeah, Lance is hung over from being that body tap, and like he just
Wow.
knew. And I was just like, oh shit, he's just gonna call me out like that.
Damn.
So I mean, just having side conversations with him and people that I respect in the game, and they kind of just let me know, you gotta have a financial plan, because you may you may work for 6 months out of the year, you might not get another job for a year after that. So you got
Man,
to be smart with your money. So you got to invest, have your savings plan, just you know set
I
it
like
up
that.
right for the kids, man.
No, I like to hear that. I like to hear that. That's so important in regards to financial literacy. And even about Tyler Perry, man, that
Yeah.
campus that he has in Atlanta, that joint is nuts.
It's
I haven't.
unbelievable, bro.
I saw it on YouTube, but I
Yeah.
mean, just like that type of thinking and mindset that he has. I mean, I'm glad to hear that you picking up gems like that.
Oh yeah.
So what about in terms of like saying no? Do you feel like pressure to like take care of people that you might have grown up with or make appearances at places? Because I know like you in LA, you're doing acting classes in the beginning,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden now you go from doing these acting classes. Now you on a major sitcom, and even
Yeah.
and so do you feel the pressure to be like, yo, I got to bring up these people, I got to help these people? Like, what is that? What is that like?
I mean, I like everything to just fall in line how it's supposed to. You know what I mean? Like as far as like bringing up my friends, I mean, if they're prepared, then I'm taking them with me. If
Right.
they're not prepared, then I'm going to try to mentor them or do whatever I need to do to get them to the place where they are. Like, for instance, my homeboy Vincent Martinez, who's my brand manager now. We started off as friends. For him, there was an opportunity because I needed somebody to work my branding, and I didn't know anybody, but he was ready for that. You
Hey,
know what I
Vince.
mean?
Hey,
So,
Vince be on it too, bro.
man, be a pit bull, man.
Vince be on it. I'll be like, damn,
Man, he
man.
do. He
Yeah,
do,
he be
man.
on it. That's
Like,
what's up.
and that's the type of people I want on my team, man, that represent me right. They gonna make sure I'm taken care of. So it's kind of like, if you're ready, like you said, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. He was ready, so I pulled him up with me.
That's
And
dope.
I got a lot of people that I mentor, and and when the time is right, then they'll be with me.
Dope. That's dope, man. I like hearing that. So
You
after
know?
Tyler Perry, man, so now you kind of like a veteran in this. I mean, you're basically working, what I'm saying, consistently with Tyler Perry, and of course,
Yeah,
opportunities for movies and other projects
yeah.
come. And your first big movie, what was that? Where you had
My
where you had a
first
like
film
a
was Meet the Browns with
okay,
Tyler Perry. I
damn,
did 2 films with Tyler Perry. I did Meet the Browns and Temptation. So we did Meet the Browns while we were filming House of Pain.
damn. Tyler Perry
Yeah,
don't play, boy.
man.
He don't play. That's what's up though,
He
man.
don't.
So
He don't.
so what talk me through like the difference of like doing a movie versus a sitcom.
So a movie, you kind of have more time to prepare, whereas a television show, it's week by week. And with Tyler Perry, it's totally different because we were shooting 4 episodes a week. So it's kind of like you'll be finishing one episode and then you'll get the script for the next episode for the following week, like a couple of days. Like, you might have 2 more days of filming the first episode, then you got to go turn around and shoot the second episode. So there's not a lot of time to really prepare for it. With movies, you may get the script 3 months ahead, or you know what I mean. So there's more time, and they spend more time shooting movies. So I would just say it's longer to prepare for movies. You
Oh,
have
okay.
longer. Yeah.
Okay. That's dope. So, so now, with everything being on lockdown, what are some of the projects that you have, going on now?
Well, right now I'm actually in negotiations for my next show.
Oh, word.
So yeah, I mean, but the quarantine, it kind of slowed that up. But I mean, once we're out of quarantine, I think that's gonna happen. We're negotiating that right now. I'm taking a lot of time to focus on writing and creating my own stuff now. So that's what I'm doing.
Is it hard to make that transition and get respect behind the camera when you've been in front of the camera, or is it a lot easier once you've proven yourself as an
Um,
actor?
I think it's, you know, it just depends on if you're good. You know what I mean? If you write good scripts, I mean, if you're a writer, you're a writer. But I was writing in college. I kind of just put it
Wow.
down so I could focus on the acting. You know what I mean? But for me, I wanted to focus on the acting and not do the directing, not do the writing or producing, because I wanted to get it right. You know what I mean? I wanted to set myself up to where I had legs in the acting world. So now I'm a little bit more comfortable, and now I have time with this quarantine to start writing and do more producing. I mean, I produced the last fall, and also I turned my camera on. But now I just want to, I feel comfortable enough to kind of open up that door.
Nice, man. So when you were at Howard, were you doing a lot of plays, stage plays and stuff at Howard?
So it's funny. Okay, so the story about Howard, I got a full track and field scholarship. At the time, Coach Michael
Oh, so
Merritt.
you was nice then.
Oh, I mean, I can hold my own. I'll back mine up. But yeah, I got a full track and field scholarship for the long jump. At the time, Coach Michael Merritt was the coach of the track team. God rest his soul. He's no longer with us. But when I came into Howard, I wanted to major in film. I mean, I wanted to major in acting. And he called me to his office and he was like, the track and field schedule conflicts with that schedule of an actor. So he was like, you're going to have to pick one.
Wow.
So, of course, they were paying the bills. So I felt like I was going to trick everybody because my parents didn't want me to get into acting either. So I majored in film production and I minored in acting. So I could, of course, be close to what I love. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I did it. So I wasn't doing plays at Howard.
Wow. So did you run track all 4 years?
All 4 years. Yeah.
Damn, I did not know that, bro. That's
crazy. Man. So me and David Oliver came in together.
So you the reason Dave got those medals, huh? That's you.
Yo, Dave's a beast, bro. I think we were the only ones to get full scholarships in 2000.
Dope. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So, just backing up a little bit, man. So you're a brother coming to Howard, and like me, if I would have told my mom, yo, mom, I'm not going, because I was in the school of B. So I know if I told my mom, yeah, I'm a major in theater arts.
Yeah.
I know she's going to look at me sideways. What was that conversation like telling your parents, I want to be an actor? Of course, they love you. They want the best for you. So at the same time, we know the life of an actor is, it can go one or two ways, and 99% of the time, it is not, people don't end up where you at, man. What was that like telling your parents that I want to be an actor and I'm going to major in theater?
I mean, it was the same, bro. Like, my parents wanted me to be an accountant, go into business or something like that. So that first conversation, it did not go well, bro. They were not with it. And, I got a thing, like, if you tell me no, I'm going to try to turn it into a yes. You know what I'm saying? So I had to try to trick them too. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to major in film and be a director, but I'm going to minor in acting, but I'm going to do the directing stuff. And that's how I did it. And even then, they were still very nervous about it because your parents, they want the best for you. Right. You know what I mean? And they want you in a career field where they know you're going to make money. And I think, who was it? I think it was Will Smith that he did the numbers. And he was like, a doctor makes this much money. A lawyer makes this much money. He broke it down for I don't know who it was, maybe his parents. But I did the same thing. And I was like, man, if y'all could give me 5 years out of college to make this a reality, then I need y'all to accept what I do. You know what I mean? And man, 2007, I got that job with Tyler Perry, and my mom kind of just turned the cheek. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Tyler Perry was somebody, like I said, that she highly respected and enjoyed. So me getting a full-time job with him, that kind of just was like, okay, you win. You know what I mean? So it took my parents, my parents have always been the type to trust me and let me fall forward. You know what I mean? And that's what they did with this. And I mean, it worked out. I started paying their bills.
Man, shout out to the parents, bro. Paying their bills, dog. That's dope. So even now, man, so now you're a father. You got 2, right?
Yeah.
How old are your kids?
So my daughter is 5 and my son will be 2 in July.
Dope. Same boat I'm in, 6 and 3, man. So
nice.
How were your kids? Like, I'm sure being a dad has made you more conscious of a lot of things, Yeah. How's being a father affect like the type of choices you make when you looking at different projects?
I mean, being a father is just in general, it's the greatest role of my life, bro. Like, family is everything for me. Like family comes first for me. And I mean, I love it. I love it. As far as picking the material I pick, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm an actor. And, you know, I've already started having conversations with my daughter, you know, in case she sees me on TV with a gun, you know what I mean? That's my job. I'm here to entertain, and I play characters for just that, to entertain. So she's starting to get it. You know what I mean? And now she's like, Daddy, I want to be an actress or an actor. But it's crazy, man. Yeah.
That's
I just
dope,
want to
man.
be a father they can respect and be proud of, bro.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So even, you know, like another question I like to ask, because especially married guys, man, is you know, a lot of time, you know, to be successful, man, it you know, it does take having a partner, you know, whether that's your spouse or, you know, or whatnot. Like what you know, I guess my question is, for you to have this type of success and then to settle down, especially in a Hollywood type of vibe where, you know, you Lance Gross, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember that one time you did that party with me in Chicago, it was like you couldn't even move. Like every girl who, like, I'm talking about these are women I respected, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They was like, these like, you my accountant. What are you doing? Like they just lost their mind. Like, at what point did you know, like, you know what, I'm ready to, you know, settle down, start a
Yeah.
family, right in the prime of everything that's going on? Like what made you make that decision?
Well, for me,
Because you broke a lot of hearts, bro.
man, come
A
on, man.
lot of hearts, man.
Man, family's always been important, bro. I always wanted a family. You know, I was blessed to have my mother and my father together. So that was just the blueprint that they set out for me. I've always been a relationship type of guy. You know what I mean? Now I've had my time to wild out,
Yeah.
and I've wild out. You know what I mean? But I find that, you know, I'm better when I'm committed. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different type of focus, man, because like, say I'm single, like I'm all over the place, like, you know, dating and doing this and putting all this energy into like all these different women. You know what I'm saying? When I'm with one woman, all my energy is with her, and I can focus on my goals. I'm wired different. Like I'm more focused when I'm with that one. Now, when I met my wife, it was just like, oh my God, like she's my best friend. She's someone that I can talk to, and it just, everything fell in line. I mean, you know how it is.
Yeah, man.
And it, you know, she was just somebody that I knew I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, you know, and I feel like she makes me a better man. She challenges me, and she's everything that I need. So that was that.
I'm glad to hear that, man. I'm glad to hear that.
I appreciate
Breaking a lot of hearts, but it's all good, man. It's all good. So, you know, I want to, you know, talk to you about some of the stuff that you're doing that's not necessarily acting. You know, I did have a chance to look at the some of your photography work, and I remember when you first started, I was like, yo, that was just so smart, man. But but everything that you're saying, it just goes to show like your love for film, you know, for being an actor. Can you talk to me about your podcast and your show, the joint that you're doing? I saw you had Kelly Rowland on there and Amari Hardwick. Can you talk to me about that project?
So I Turned My Camera On was a partnership with, you know, it was my baby, myself, along with Charles King and Macro, his company. We teamed up to just create something that I was already doing. I mean, I already had my photography studio, and I had already been shooting studio photography. And, you know, I came up with this idea to just put it all into a show, because, you know, the way it works is I'll have an idea of somebody I want to shoot. They might be a celebrity, so I'll call them up and they come to the studio. We shoot the breeze, catch up, and that's that. So I wanted to put that into a show, and, you know, we came up with I Turned My Camera On, and you know, we shot Kelly Rowland, Michael B. Jordan, Omari Hardwick, Kiki Palmer, King Batch,
Dope.
and the list goes on. But
so check it. So like if I remember when you had first started, or when I first saw it, like I remember you had or were you, are you the actual photographer that does the shootings too?
Yeah.
So if I was to go on there, you would be the one that would be doing the photo shoot.
Yeah.
So
So that's
basically
my
like
passion, man.
that's like me going on and Beyonce is like a photographer. You know what I'm saying? Like I know you got a crazy story about somebody, you know what I'm saying, having an ulterior motive about you being their photographer.
Man. Yeah, man. And that's why it's like,
and I know you taxing to be a photographer too. I know the rates.
But you know what? It's crazy because when I started out, like when I first started out doing studio photography, I was shooting everybody for free. Mm-hmm. Like I just wanted to shoot, right. And then I got my rate. I had to get paid somehow. But I mean, I still do a lot of shoots for free. So it is what it is, man. Right. But yeah, I do have some crazy stories about people who have booked me, and they just thought it was gonna be something more than what it was.
Right. I'm sure.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure, man. So as we, kind of come to a close, man, it's one question that I ask everybody, and it's really it's two questions. So one, what does the Lance Gross right now tell the next Lance Gross that's coming into Howard? What advice do you have for that person?
What advice would I give the next Lance Gross? First, be yourself. You know what I mean? Believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, then you could do anything under the sun. All you got to do is work hard to get there. You may stumble along the way. It may take you years, but it's possible as long as you keep focused, keep believing yourself, and have that drive to make it. You know what I mean? You could do anything.
Word. And my next question, what do you want your what do you want your legacy to be?
What do I want my legacy to be? For me, it involves my family. For me, I had a great father. You know what I mean? We were in no way rich, but as a kid growing up, I felt like we were rich. That's because my father and my mother, they gave me everything I needed. I got a thing where, with my kids and the way I was raised, it was like, we may not give you everything you want, but we're going to give you everything you need. And I kind of follow that blueprint. Like, I want to be that for my kids. You know what I mean? That's the legacy I want to leave for my kids. And, for me, it's like, I want to improve upon that. And, it's hard shoes to fill because my father was a great man. You know what I mean? So to try to figure out how to be greater, that's what I want to do. And, for the public, my legacy, I want to leave a catalog of work that shows growth. It takes a lot to get from A to Z. You know what I mean? And I want it to be an upward movement. I want you guys to see the work I put in. So that's the legacy I want to leave.
Nice, man. Nice, bro. Impressive. All right, so now it's just a little rapid fire, man. So you just got to give us a one-word answer, no explanation. Okay. You just got to give the answer and keep it moving.
You said no explanation.
No explanations, man. Cool. So I'm gonna hit you softly with this. So the first one, man, Timbs or Air Force Ones?
I'm gonna go with Timbs.
Okay. Ho Chi or China Wonder?
Oh, China Wonder.
Who you know or what you know?
What you know.
Adams Morgan or U Street?
Oh man, come on, man. Adams Morgan.
Okay, quad. You a quad man or an annex man?
Oh no, wait, hold on. I gotta U Street. U Street. I gotta take that back.
Okay. You a quad man or an annex man?
Annex.
All right, you a Drew Hall or Carver?
Drew Hall.
Okay. Best Howard experience?
Oh man, best Howard experience would have to be freshman orientation.
Yard Fest or tailgate?
What years we talking?
Just got to give an answer. Yard fest or tailgate?
Tailgate.
A man of many talents or a specialist?
A specialist.
Okay, last one was homecoming more fun for you as a student or as an alum?
As a student.
Okay. All right, next is a little Jeopardy, man. Little Jeopardy.
Okay.
How many schools and colleges does Howard have?
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Next question.
What year was Howard founded?
1867.
Okay. Who's the first actor to win 4 NAACP Image Awards for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series?
Lance Gross.
Dope, man. Dope, bro. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for coming on the show.
I thought you said no.
No. I said that's dope. You got it, bro. It's you, man. I knew you was going to get that one right. I knew that. So, man, thanks again for coming on the show, man. I know you're busy with the kids, with the photography, with acting, but this is huge, man. I think it's going to impact a lot of people. And it's good to hear that you're doing well. Thank you for joining the HU Movemaker podcast, where we highlight folks that have contributed to the Howard legacy at the highest levels. To hear more interviews or purchase merchandise, please visit www.humovemakers.com.